sports fans, and welcome back to the HM YouTube channel. So, it's been an absolute time since you last saw us, but we're back. There's been a huge amount of updates for the car. We've done all sorts of stuff over winter, and we're actually 1 week, well actually a few days, as I'm recording this, a few days away from mapping. So let me do a quick walk around the car and I'll show you exactly what we've been doing, because yeah, I've done a lot off the camera, because I've just been wanting to get it done, and it takes some time to actually get videos done. So quit the jibber jabber, let me show you. So if we start with the interior, ignore all the boxes. So we've now got a fully supported dash with a dash support, so it's holding the cut off. So we have the ABS delete kit, which is a braided brake line that runs all the way through the car. We've got a tilting brake bias adjuster in the centre here. There we go, where my finger is. A splitter in the back running out to the sections in the rear wells. We've taken the DC coilovers, taken them apart, make sure they're all cleaned up, make sure all the threads are okay. Talking about these jobbers here, make sure all the adjusters are free. That's good to go. So in the back end, we now have K20 HCM plate, HCM for the win. Inside, we're all cleaned up. Redid the harness, because the harness was a bit messy in here. Rerouted it through the car, a bit more robust. Sorted out the fuel line that goes into the tank, because that runs through the centre of the vehicle. Ignore the red label tea bags. They are Diplomat specials. Look at those. So we've got new rear wheel bearings with hubs. They're the old ones that are in there now. We've got some H&R spacers. So these are the bolt-on hub-centric spacers. Really good, these actually. And then here, ignore the washers and the grease. Welding the plate, because we've got a Mugen type. It's a Tegua Toei. I've modified it, so it's a bit shorter. It's off a DC5. So hit up Tegua, you can get one of those. Feel free to drop some comments, because I can show you how I've modified it. Just made it a bit shorter. I've probably lost about 50mm off it, so it actually sits a bit further inside the bumper. We've got a solid fabs exhaust. So this is a 3-inch super silent track beast. This is a full system, so it's a cat back, but you can see that the tip they're usually in the centre for most exhausts, but for the solid fabs super silent one, it's off centre. So I think at a later date I will fill in this gap in the bumper, just re-fiberglass it, because this is all fiberglass, all this lot. So I'll re-fiberglass that. Made the car look older. I may have mentioned this in a previous video, not sure, but I mentioned it again. Got the air jack hole cut out in the reverse light, as per the touring cars, which I'll drop a little image here. Same for this side, nice and older, so it's a pre-facelift. So this car is a 2004, well it's a 54 plate, so it's actually a facelift version, but what I've done is metal cold, because personally I prefer it and it's a winner. And plus the touring cars, again, the touring cars in my opinion back then, the early ones, looked far better than the orange Team Dynamic ones. So hit me up in the comments if you disagree, or if you do agree. We have rebushed everything in the rear corners. So I've put Superflex bushes in the hubs. You can just about see, probably can't see. So we've got Superflex bushes, can't even see them in there at all. Hard race upper arms. Rebushed the Skunk 2 lower control arms. Tegua rear anti-roll bar. So this is the 24mm anti-roll bar. So this is adjustable. It's got a couple of adjustability points at the top there. So again, we've got the H&R spacers. These are just a jeweled and grooved disc. These came with the car when I got it. Then we've got some Ferodo DS2500 rear pads. The Pro Line brake kit. Apologies for the graininess of the video. It's because we're in garage light and we're starting to lose light out there. Yeah, so we've got Pro Line kit. Got some brand new basically the EP3 and DC5 chassis brake brackets, because the last ones, they were rotten. Bit of a tidy up on the inside of here, so painted the bottom here because it was looking a bit grotty. And then yeah, we've fed the brake line through here. And then yeah, we've got the hard race arm up here. So I've come in here, I've took the wheel off because I just need to lock these in position. And then you can just see the end of the Teguer anti-roll bar. So it's got the double adjustment on there. So I painted the bottom arm. Doesn't look like it much on the video, but it is painted. It's a bit dusty. Same for the other side. So we're looking fresh. We're looking good. So the theme continues. So we have pre-facelift headlights, which do need a polish. I have changed the wiring as per the old ones. So it's a three wire connector on the back. Swap that out. Again, you may or may not have seen from a previous video. If you've not seen the previous videos, go and check them out. You might enjoy them. Hopefully you do. So we've got the fuel lines done. I've had to rejig some of these, just neaten them up. Very recently got a braided clutch line. So this job it. Stupidly, I drained all the clutch fluid out, thinking it'd be a good thing to replace it because the clutch fluid looked like swamp juice. So drained all that out, got air in the system, couldn't get air back out. And it's a renowned thing for any Hondas, certainly these ones, where the clutch line goes around Botswana and back. So ordered the full clutch line from Proline, and it came the next day, which was really helpful. So yeah, that's all sorted. So now we actually have a clutch. Before it just went straight to the floor. The next thing, so we've got Teguer radiator in, similar to the rear one. So we have a Mugen style toe loop, or toe hook, whatever you want to call it, or towing eye. So this is like I say, it's a Mugen one. It is from Teguer. It's for a DC5, and you can see it's got a mounting feature here. Because I'm not running a crash bar at all, then I don't have a feature for that to bolt into. But don't really need it. Sturdy as anything, you're going to be pulling it this way, so job's a fish for me. Also, got a oil cooler kit, courtesy of Teguer, and yeah, got that fitted. Made some custom brackets for that to sit just in front of the front wheel, so I'm quite happy with that. And then the hoses feed up from underneath the headlight, so then down into the sandwich plate down the back. So because I'm running the Honda CR-V front wishbones, which are 30mm longer each side compared to an EP3 wishbone. So I tried to use the EP3 track rods, but because the wishbones are so long that I've had to make my own track rods. So I ordered some CR-V ones thinking that might solve the issue, but because I'm running 3 degrees of camber, that the CR-V track rods are probably about 15mm too long. You can see here, I have probably better on that one. So you can see I've cut the CR-V track rod. I didn't bother cutting the EP3 ones, kept them as a spare. So I cut, welded and sleeved, then welded the sleeve either side with some cross-drilled holes. So we're good to go. They just need touching up with a bit of paint. So as I mentioned earlier, we've got the CR-V wishbones. So I know I've superflexed the rear end, but the front end I've just left the standard bushes in for now, because they're brand new, but I do want to replace these by the Superflex offset bushes, which that will be for later video. We've got the Buddy Club roll center adjusters, so they're brand new, they're in. When it comes to the front suspension setup, so obviously CR-V front wishbone, then we've got EP3 BCs, which have got the remote canister. Then the Proline brakes. We've also got the Stock Tech calipers, big brake kit. Bit rusty, but I've run them up. They will clean up. They'll look good as new pretty much soon. For drive shafts, these are FN2 drive shafts. So these directly in FN2, they do fit. For reference, FN2 drive shafts are also very, very similar to DC5 drive shafts, which are a little bit longer than an EP3 shaft. So if you're running a CR-V lower wishbone, you want to use an FN2 shaft with either an FN2 or a DC5 shaft. FN2 ones are easy to get hold of. So that is the Civic Type R. It's the Civic Type R after the EP3. Yeah, and that works. The spline's the same. Yeah, everything else is the same. It goes into the gearbox the same because it's the same box. I've just completed the tracking. So as I mentioned earlier, I've got 3 degrees of camber on the front and rear, just as a first tryout. I've got Cadwell coming up. In just over a week's time. And Cadwell's obviously quite twisty. So a bit of extra bit of camber, so 3 degrees will be, I think, more than sufficient. Tracking wise, I've gone 1mm toe out per side, so 2mm toe out overall, so quite aggressive on the front. At the rear I've gone straight, so I've gone square, so zero toe. This will be driven on the road to and from the tracks, so we'll see how it goes. If it's tramlining too much, then I will dial back the tracking ever slightly and make it probably 1mm over the axle. But we have the steering wheel fitted on the Lifeline touring car weld-on boss. So this is again a spacer that I welded onto the standard EP3 column. Still got the EP3 stalks. They will get replaced at a later date, but purely for mapping and in the interest of time, keeping these because everything still works. But in the future, we will get some buttons and it will be a bit more around the steering wheel rather than the stalks here. This dash, I will be moving this further towards me while I'm in the driver's seat, because when I sit in there, I can't really see the shift light because the steering wheel is in the way. So I'm sat quite low in the seat. I can't really get any lower than that. So I think, yeah, we're gonna have to reposition some of those bits, but that's again for a later date. So what we're gonna do, final bleed of the brakes. So there's a little bit of sponginess to the brakes. So we're gonna whip these off, do the rears first, get the longest ones done first, and then we'll be good to go. Bob that bumper on, then we'll be winning. So I did mention in one of the earlier videos that I was gonna get a facelift British touring car bumper on the car. Personally, a preference, but right now I've actually got the bumper. That's over there, but that's for a later video. So we've got to paint it as well because it comes unpainted. So what I'm going to do is fit the facelift touring car bumper. So the one that actually came with the car, which is all painted still. It's got a few rough edges to it. Oh, dog's come to join us. Yeah, kid. So we're going to fit that, and it means that it's all done, and we can put it on and actually start driving the car. So the main aim is to get this car drivable, which will be hopefully in the next, for you in the video, the next few seconds. Enjoy. Oh, and if you're wondering what the noise is in the background, I've got Le Mans on. Excuse the knackered screen on my Mac, but yeah, we've got Le Mans. We're cheering on Garage 56. Right then, sports fans, this is day 2, and I've had a bit of an ordeal with coolant, so with an airlock in the cooling system. Also had an issue with the TPS, so I didn't reset the TPS on the K-Pro. So in the last run, so my first run, the car was limited to 3000 RPM, which was no good, and the car overheated. It got to 121 degrees. Spent the majority of last night, up until probably about half 10 last night, with support from Rory Bailey. Shout out to Rory. Well, I managed to get this sorted this morning. Because these K24s are quite relentless for having airlocks. Took the little top hose off with the front end sky high. I'll drop another picture here. And yeah, eventually managed to get the air out. So got it this morning to be running when it gets hot before when the fan comes on. So the fan's programmed to come on at 90, got to 92. Obviously with the fan on, it brought it back down to 90 again. So yeah, we're good to go. So this is the second run, all being well. It's all well, because in 2 hours time I've got to leave here to go up to EFI for the mapping, so no pressure. Enjoy. So it seems that it's still getting quite warm, so need to see if any more air comes out of this, so stick with us. Evening sports fans, so we're here at EFI Tuning and the Civic is on the rollers. So you can probably hear in the background, fans are on, you can hear it revving up. So we're going to see how we're getting on. So as you can see, numbers are massive. So place your bets now, see what we do, and see you in a bit. Right, sports fans, so we're all done. We made 243 horse as a peak at 8.2, I think, something like that. I'll put the graph up anyway, but the power is all in the mid-range. Like, the area under the graph is unreal. As you'll see from the reaction video, it's just unbelievable. I absolutely love it. So all it takes now is going to drive it home, and I'm actually going to get some rest because I'm absolutely knackered. So yeah. What's coming up next? We've got a track day coming up next week. So we're at Cadwell up in Lincolnshire, and yeah, we've got a few little bits, just want to finish off on that, a few little trim bits, things that make it look a bit nice. So keep with us for that one. So I'm going to wrap up here for today. So thanks again for watching. So make sure you hit that subscribe button here below. Also drop us a like, hit that bell symbol, and we'll see you all again soon. Take it easy. So it wouldn't be a car day if you didn't get a KFC, would it? So see you later, sports fans. Take it easy.